Gorilla edibles. And hey, don't forget the milk. BBN Jack Frost for Sub Party people. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Hey yo, real quick, so I was going to go do a thing today. So I get ready to go do the thing, and then I went out there. I was going to go do the thing, and at the last minute I changed my mind, and I said I'm not gonna do the thing today. I'm gonna put the day off. I'm gonna put the thing off for a day or two. So we have something that's hopefully gonna be coming really soon. Hopefully it's dope. I'm not 100% sure, but I had to go somewhere to go do it, so that's why I put it off. I decided that I wanted the sun to be. It was too late in the day. I wanted the sun to be out a little bit higher in the sky. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Today we're gonna be discussing NBA Youngboy, and we are also going to be discussing Tekashi 6ix9ine. It does not matter in which order. We could discuss them at the same time. I don't really care. Real quick, besides that, we're going to go over the drops that happened today real quick, and then we're going to do roll call, and we're going to get right to the show. Just going to start the whole thing up. Who got real quick? Shout out, was that today? Shout out to Tiandre Willis Sr. Shout out to Tiandre Willis Sr. again. Shout out to P from Jersey, and shout out to Jody Spencer. Definitely appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate everybody that like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everybody that pull up. I'm going to explain something to y'all. One of the main reasons why I tell people about, you know, like the bullshit, because I'm just a different type of nigga. I'm just a different type of nigga, like just in general. So I get it that a lot of things I do might look like something that somebody would usually do for like some kind of weirdo ass reason, but that's just because I got different life experiences. So don't always assume that people will do a thing the way that you perceive they would do it. You know, they just probably have different life experiences. With that being said, what up, Net Stars Live? He says BBN. Who else we got up in here real quick? Emmanuel says, what up, Jack? Man, this promoter probably got extorted not to pay 6ix9ine. We got to find out. We'll have that conversation real quick. DJ Academics was talking about that today. I actually popped in there and I was listening. DJ Academics was actually talking about this particular situation, so we're gonna go over that a little. Also, Bossiatic T posted something. We showed it earlier today. Bossiatic T also posted something, so we might also cover the two things, and well, the the two separate situations in which he was spoken about. Emmanuel also says NBA Youngboy finna get out because he was about to shoot a music video. That's why he had the gun as a prop. And police call wasn't what they say. The lady never said it was a criminal activity going on. Do y'all understand what the issue is? Particularly, I mean, you basically just stated what the issue is, Emmanuel. Let's not get, I'm not going to be coy. But y'all do understand what the situation is, specifically why NBA Youngboy and his people are saying he should be let out, right? The police call was for an alleged gang violence. It was allegedly a gang was about to start fighting. You see, I'm going to explain something to you about when calls go out. When a call go out and the officers come and the officers pull up, they're pulling up in regards to what that call was saying. That's why I keep saying, every time y'all keep calling the police on your relatives, trying to tell them crazy stuff to make the police come. You call the police on your relative because y'all having an argument. You tell the police because the police like y'all just arguing, somebody go outside or whatever the police say. And you busy on the phone and you tell your police, he got a gun, he gonna shoot me. The person ain't even thinking about shooting you. You telling the police, yo, I fear for my life and all of this other weirdo shit to make the police come quicker. And then when the police get there, they're handling it like what you said on the phone, just so we could be clear. So that's another reason why I say police, a lot of times police get a lot of bullshit. Because the reason why they're showing up ready to shoot niggas is because the person on the phone gave them the information that they might need to show up and shoot niggas. Anyway, yes, those were real guns. They were not prop guns. Who said they were prop guns? I don't know what anybody's saying that they was prop guns. So I don't know who said that. I didn't see anybody say that. But okay, Leander Birds. I didn't see anybody say prop guns. Just so we can be clear. I seen somebody say his gun as a prop. But using a gun as a prop and a gun being a prop gun is two drastically separate situations. Just so we can be clear. Yeah, so and another reason basically why you have a situation where that they should be letting him go, because my arm is just killing me. Why they should have to let him go is because basically, besides that, they said that there was a gun violence. The people who showed up, just so we can be clear, the first cop that showed up who had his camera on or whatever the case is, he showed up and spoke with them. It was obvious that there wasn't two gangs going at it. So there was literally no reason to arrest them in the first place. So for them to then, this is what is going on. And this is an argument that many lawyers and many people that have to deal with the police and deal with the justice system have an argument against. It's the arrest me and then see what you can make stick situation. And that's basically what I believe NBA Youngboy might be going through right now. They're arresting him and they're going to see what they can make stick. That's what they got going on. They arrested him, they're going to see what they can make stick. That's basically what they're doing. Basically, that's it. So that's why his lawyer is saying it was an illegal arrest in the first place. So if it was an illegal arrest, anything that they gathered during the arrest, I believe all that shit got to get thrown out. He can't get prosecuted for anything. So him holding a weapon that they're now trying to say that they're going to hold him up because he's a felon or whatever the case is, he's not supposed to be in possession of any weapons or whatever the case is, that all that gets thrown out. All of that gets thrown out. All of that gets thrown out. Straight out the window. And so in that regard, NBA Youngboy should be coming home soon. Emmanuel says, Jack, you seen Fulio dissing the NBA crew Then the news came out, NBA Youngboy associate was shot. First of all, I'm going to say something. I believe that these rappers are getting locked up in order to save their lives. I think that a lot of that is going on. I think a lot of these rappers is getting locked up on this bullshit that they're getting locked up so they can get them off of the streets for a couple of months. So whoever the individual is that is trying to do them harm could get taken care of. Or the situation can get fixed, whether it's with money or whether it's with anything else. That's what I think is going on. Because too often do these, because I don't think all of these rappers are snitching. Like, all of these rappers can't be snitching. Alright? Rappers keep getting arrested and then getting let go. All of these rappers can't be snitching. So there gotta be something going on. There has to be something that's logically going on that'll make it so these rappers keep getting arrested, keep going to jail, don't nobody do no time. They just go to jail for a couple of months and then come home. I don't know what to tell you. As far as that is concerned with NBA Youngboy, that's how my feeling is. They set that boy down to keep him alive. That's probably why they had to get him arrested outside of Louisiana. Well, he doesn't even stay in Louisiana no more, right? He don't live there no more. What up, Rule? Don't nobody see them dots. Jones, yeah, he don't live in Louisiana no more. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I know. I'm going to tell you what happened. They thought that they were going to be able to get the person who called on the phone to say what they wanted them to say. And then they found out they couldn't get them to do that. That's probably what happened. So that started making everything fall apart. And now they got to come clean. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Everybody got to come clean now. I think that might have something to do with some of the foolishness that's happening with some of these rappers. I think some of these rappers, their lives are in danger. They playing with some real street niggas. They not all the way real street niggas. Not all of these dudes. A lot of these rappers is not real street niggas. A lot of these rappers is just, you know, they got some family in the hood. It is what it is. They from the hood. They got some family that's out there, you know, doing whatever they doing. I'm just saying. We'll see what happened. NBA Youngboy, somebody from NBA Youngboy camp recently did get shot. We'll see what happened. I think all of these rappers out there that's talking about all of that, creating these beefs with other rap factions that only people are going to get shot or killed, I think all of that is a bad idea at the end of the day. But I mean, I get it. You know, individuals feel like they need to create a buzz. They need to do a thing so people start watching them, paying attention to them, looking at them. I mean, I get it. You understand what I'm saying? I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. I get it. Anyway, I wanna let's move on to this Tekashi thing real quick, and we can get back. We can come back to this NBA Youngboy if anybody else is interested in that NBA Youngboy. But I want to say something about this Tekashi thing real quick. So, DJ Academics was busy addressing this Tekashi situation, and I got a clip to play to further break down NBA Youngboy. But give me a minute. I wanna come back to it. So Tekashi is basically saying, hold on, we could talk about that too, Emmanuel. Give me 1 second. So Tekashi is saying that okay, so basically they were supposed to pay him $250K. They didn't pay him $250K. They paid him the first $70K deposit. He didn't do the show because they didn't give him the rest of the money. They obviously didn't give him the rest of the money because like 200 people showed up. What the fuck are you talking about? The rest of the money, nigga? You owe me money. You know how much money is I spent to keep these lights on for the time that these rap bastards been here. So Tekashi 6ix9ine is now saying in his camp that they gave him back the $70K. That was the front end when they decided not to do the show. The promoter's saying that that is not what happened. Now, the odd thing about this is that is what was going on previously with Treyway. And a lot of people said, you know what? That's not Tekashi. That's really Shoddy. That's what a lot of, don't ask me why I couldn't remember his name. That people saying that's really Shoddy. Remember? We've been speaking about that extensively over here because that was the information in which I received. So now are you trying to say that maybe this isn't a thing that only Shoddy was doing? Because quite frankly, we know for a fact that somebody was doing it to Tekashi and it wasn't Tekashi. We know that for a fact. Maybe it was not Shoddy. Maybe it was somebody else. We're not going to say it was Shoddy. We're just going to say there was somebody else who was acting in the capacity of a manager. Let's just say that. All right? So that's what they were getting accused of. So now you trying to tell me the same thing that Tekashi 6ix9ine and his inner camp was accusing other people of, now he's being accused of? That's interesting. Because now are you to say that those other people, maybe they didn't steal all of that money people think they stole. Maybe they stole some of it, but they didn't steal it all. There might be some people that's going to say maybe they did steal it all, but maybe Tekashi was in on all of the money they stole. I'm just saying. You see, his camp never spoke to me. Shoddy and his camp never pulled up and spoke to me. I wish they did. I really do. I really do. For real, for real. Because that would have been dope. I'm 100% sure it would have went the opposite way of the people who support Shoddy think it would have went. The people that support Shoddy that think that it would have been bad or I would have been in there making them, you're just totally wrong. I don't make no guest look bad. I try to be as fair as possible to every guest, period. Nah, they wasn't trying. First of all, did you see how many people was at that show? You can't pay nobody $250 for that shit. What I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Being just totally transparent and fair. You gonna pay somebody $250 for fucking 200 people? 250K for 200 people? What the fuck? J.V says, in regards to the Youngboy situation, they actually followed up and found the semi-auto rifle and matched it up with what was shown in the music video and in the pictures and confirmed it was the same gun and in fact real. No. Somebody else, he must be behind us. Somebody else was saying that those guns was fake. It was only 500, 200, whatever, how many the people it wasn't in the thousands. That's the point I'm trying to make. So they got 250, and there was people that paid $3,000 for a VIP ticket. Y'all do know this, right? The VIP tickets was like $3,000. There were people that paid that. So these dudes, Tekashi 6ix9ine is legitimately getting 250 fucking a concert. If you selling $3,000 tickets, I don't know what to tell you. So the promoters is saying that Tekashi 6ix9ine never returned the front end after he refused to perform or whatever the case was. This is what I want to say about that. It's a promoter's job to pack the house. Should the artist be able to pack the house? Absolutely. Don't get it confused. But it's the promoter's job to pack the house. It's the promoter's job to make sure that everybody know what to pull up to. It's the promoter's job to make sure that everybody know who's going to be there performing. It's the promoter's job to let everybody know what's going on with the venue. That's the promoter's job. Now, with that being said, This particular show was booked on a day in Houston, which a lot of people hold pretty solemn, I believe, uh, because it's DJ. I forget his name. I don't want to call the wrong name, but there's a DJ that he passed away a while back, and that's his day. And then on top of that, it's also BET Awards Day. So I don't even understand how they thought anybody was gonna pull up. Yeah, I don't know how they thought anybody was gonna even pull up. You understand what I'm saying? Like, why do you think somebody gonna pull up? Like, all of these other things is going on right at the same time. And is it the drugs? Will Cornish helps him in a certain capacity. I do not know Will Cornish to be his booking agent nor his manager, just so we could be clear. More like a consultant, maybe? Somebody he knows, and when he's considering jobs or whatever, or contracts or deals or whatever, or Will Cornish may bring a deal to him or whatever. I'm not 100% sure about his capacity. I do know Will Cornish is one of the biggest deal makers on the planet. I do know that, as far as entertainment industry is concerned. As far as the entertainment industry is concerned. Will Cornish is 100% one of the best agents on the planet. First of all, Will Cornish, that NFT thing that's been taking the world by storm recently, that's been all of this stuff been going on about, yeah, those are Will Cornish and his peoples. Yeah. We were the first people to even hear about NFTs. He came on the show and spoke on it like September or something. I don't think he handles Tekashi 6ix9ine day-to-day money. So I don't think he's an individual that would need to be spoken to or would need to be addressed on this particular matter. Somebody named Court. I'll answer this stupid question. Said, is it true 6ix9ine is being sued by security for not being paid? If so, he won't be able to be missing a lot of shows. First of all, the security company that you're talking about that's suing him is suing him from a bill that's from like 3 or 4 years ago. That's one, just so we can be clear. I'm not 100% sure what happened after that particular fact, but the security company is not the security company that he's currently using, just so we can be clear. And in addition to that, it's the security company that he was using when he was in California. So I don't know why that would have anything to do with the shows that he's doing now, but you're free to tell us. You're free to tell us though. I mean, I'm all ears. Anyway, as far as with see, because look, this is what I'm trying to say. Yo, y'all still there? I was stopped for a dumb long time. Anyway, so there's a some of y'all just getting kicked. Y'all just getting kicked. There's nothing I can do about that. Y'all just getting kicked. So basically, whoever booked the show in Houston should be the question. Well, we don't know if they actually didn't give the money back. Tekashi 6ix9ine could be telling the truth. He could be, y'all do know that, right? He could be telling the truth. They could have given the money back. The promoter could be the people that's lying. Just like the promoter could be telling the truth, and Tekashi 6ix9ine is the one that could be lying. Anybody, we don't know who's lying and who's telling the truth. Just so we could be clear. I don't want it to be, we don't know. Tekashi 6ix9ine could be lying, the promoter be lying. We don't know who's telling the truth. We don't know who's lying. So, at this point, I don't know if it's trying to find out who booked the Houston gig, or just trying to find out if the monies was returned. Because that's the only thing that's at question right now, is if the monies was returned. There's nothing else at question, just so we can be clear. But if the monies wasn't returned, you know, this is helpful to Shotty. Because this kind of makes it look like, you know what, maybe some of those things that they were saying that people don't necessarily believe Shotty about, maybe he was telling the truth. I'm not saying he was. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying maybe if they would have had, that's, I understand what they was trying to do. I need y'all to bear with me. My beard is itching like crazy. So, I understand what they was trying to do. Just so we could be clear, I'll explain what I believe Shotty and his team was trying to do. And that they was just trying to have no information go out. So, if no information go out, they most likely felt like they could better protect their image and better create a situation where quite possibly they will be able to engineer some type of back and forth with the government where they might get a better numbers, you know, after they get found guilty or have to profess themselves to be, you know, to whatever crimes they committed. You understand what I'm saying? So I get what they were trying to do, but in reality, what I think they ended up doing was they ended up allowing other people to be able to control the narrative. And by doing that and not speaking out, see, it's one thing when you speaking out, but nobody is listening. Because then you're actually trying to make an effort to put people on, but people are actively ignoring you. Right? But when you're not even making an effort, then you're allowing for individuals to be tricked. So therefore, when people are being tricked after you're not putting an effort forth, it's kind of on you also. So that's what I think basically happened to Shotty in their particular situation. They should have spoke out, not much. They didn't have to say everything, but there was things he could have spoke on. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? There's things some of his people could have spoke on. To just like, because I know quite a few people that know Shotty, like personally. And I was constantly like, I'll be talking to them about a thing, or I'll be talking to them and I'll ask them a question about Treyway and Shotty and that whole situation. And they would say to me basically, you know, they don't want nobody talking about it. I can't really talk about it. They don't want nobody to talk about it. But it didn't go down there. You got some things right, but that's not the whole way it went down. And I heard that over and over and over again. And I'm busy sitting there like, I don't care how you, like, I'm trying to get the story. I want to give the story to people. I don't care who was in the right and who was in the wrong. That's not what's important to me. But when you only have one side reporting the story, people tend to think that that's the side that you want. That's the only people that's talking to me. That's the only thing I could report. Give me 1 second. What up, Stilo Facts? Anyway. So we don't know for sure. But one thing I do want to say also, every other show he did that did really good numbers, he had other artists there with him. Did he have any artists there with him on this one, or was it just only supposed to be him? I'm curious about that. Was it only supposed to be him, or was there also other artists that was on the bill? I'm curious. Hold on. I'm gonna go see if they got a flyer posted. I'm curious. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go pull up his IG real quick, cause I know he has to have the flyer on there. I don't. Maybe he took the flyer off already. Ain't no flyer. I'm gonna go to one of his. There gotta be a Tekashi fan page somewhere, right? So his fan page, also the flyer isn't up. Did they just take the flyer down? Anybody know who he was supposed to be performing with? I'm not going to keep looking for this shit, because it shouldn't be this hard to find. No flyer. I'm assuming they all just took the flyers down. Okay, I know what's this guy's name? Okay, here go the flyer. Thursday, May 27th. Wait, May 27th is not Thursday, because today is not Friday. Okay, so that's May 27th. This is April 28th. What the fuck? Okay, so this is an old flyer. This is not the flyer. All right, so I don't see the new flyer. I don't see the new advertisement. All right, so I don't see the advertisement. So I don't know what to tell you. I was trying to look for the advertisement. So it was only him? Alright, so that's looking kind of bad. It was only him. Anyway, Rude Don't Nobody See Them Dots Jones says 6ix9ine got a show in Russia coming up. And do they get paid in American money or the bank transfer from Russian money into our money? I have zero idea. But I'm pretty sure they determine that ahead of time. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be either in dollars or rubles, whatever the fuck they use over here. Yo, imagine if they really do use rubles like in motherfucking Zelda and shit. And you gotta, in order to go to the store, you got like a bag full of jewels and shit. You go to the store. You go to the store for just to get some damn shit to make lasagna. You got a fucking garbage bag full of fucking jewels and shit. Rubles. Shout out to that shit. Anyway, Straight G Toro says, I think the first time he performed, it was just him. Now I was worried. I was curious about this time though, specifically. Supreme, he did do a show over the internet, right? A virtual show, and I think that did well, right? I'm not 100% sure. I didn't see it. Supreme Dream says, I think Shotty took some money, not all the money, but everybody was trying to have their hands in the pot. 6ix9ine could have been down with it, but I don't put it past them. I'm thinking that could have been what the thing is. That could be what was going on. Because this is a whole different conversation. If I was able to speak with Shotty and somebody from his team, where they was be able to say, yo, look, that money 6ix9ine is saying that we took, he was down with some of that shit. See, that changes the whole entire situation. Just saying. Just saying. I don't think they would have had to worry about the government adding charges, because the government had what they wanted for the most part. So I don't think they would have had to worry about the government adding charges. I can understand them not wanting to take that risk though, but I don't think they would have had to worry about the government being like, you know what, grand larceny, boom. I don't think that. I think at that point it was just like, you know. But I think that people would have perceived Shotty a lot differently. I don't think Shotty gets a bad rap as it is. Once again, everything that I heard about Shotty, I heard he's a good guy. Period. There's people that don't like him, but there's people that don't like everybody. Got people that don't like him. I'm usually more concerned with the people that got a lot of people that like him. I'm like, wait, hold on. Everybody seemed to like you. I'm gonna be extremely skeptical about what's going on. Shout out to GT Massive. He says, "Seeing your appearance in CT's music video looking sharp, play. Appreciate you." Shout out to CK. I said CT. Shout out to CK. Shout out to CK. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, because there's a lot of things that I heard coming from separate camps, not even from Tekashi's camp, but just from separate camps. There was a lot of things that I heard that, if given a little bit more context, it changes the entire narrative of like 3 or 4 different points that people was trying to make. Because was an argument could be made that like I said, some of the money that was being stolen, maybe Shotty wasn't the Shotty's the fall man. He's the fall guy. He's not actually the person who did it. I'm gonna find what at the YouTube community? What am I gonna find? What am I gonna find? I'm curious. Because I'm looking at it like this, just so we can be clear. I'm looking at it like, after the fact, 6ix9ine is saying they was stealing my money, and I'm not saying that they wasn't stealing his money, and I'm not saying that he was down with any of this. But before the fact, that could have been weird, finessing some niggas, right? Before the fact, that could have been we finessing some niggas, and then after the fact, it turned into them niggas is stealing my money. Oh, all the dates. Appreciate you. No, I'm not saying he's definitely the fall guy. What I'm saying is that, especially in regards to some of the situations with the monies, I think that they could be and I'm only bringing this up because of what has just happened, just so we can be clear. If we also keep this in the appropriate perspective, an argument could be made that these are the exact same tactics that was going on before, when Treyway was together. And if we can make that argument that these are the exact same tactics that was going on before, when Treyway was together, then we could also, and then an argument could be made that Tekashi 6ix9ine has been down with this from the beginning. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he was down with this from the beginning. I'm not trying to say Shotty was actually the fall guy. His camp refused to talk to people. His camp refused to talk to people. I don't know no other way to tell you. I think they could have did themselves a benefit. Maybe they would have hurt themselves more than they would have helped themselves. What do I know, right? In all fairness. I fixed those. Pico Slim said they solid, so I can't hold it against them not wanting to talk. Messed up situation. Agreed. Agreed. But once again, this is one of those situations where what is snitching? Like, realistically speaking, you do understand that the majority of people who are snitching, right, is free. I'm going to try to break this down a totally different way. The majority of the niggas that's snitching is free. They're free. They're not locked up in jail. They're not dead. They're free. You want to know why they're free? They're free because they're a snitch. The majority of the individuals that snitch is free. I want you to think about that when you think about all of the niggas that's in your clique. All the niggas that's in your inner circle that been getting jammed up by the police forever and don't do no time. The majority of snitches is scot-free out here on the street doing whatever the fuck they want to do. The person that's in jail is the person who was solid. I don't understand why people don't get that. That's why when everybody always talk about the, like, you know, talk about how solid they people are and these people are solid, you know, I'm usually just sitting there like, you do know that the majority of the people who get caught and go to jail are the ones that stand 10 toes down. You do know that, right? The main niggas that don't go to jail and be career criminals and don't barely ever do no time, barely ever get arrested, barely ever, those niggas is the snitches. That's why I'm always weary of the niggas that want to fight the police for no reason. Like, you trying too hard. Keeping it real is always worth it. The problem is being around other people that's also keeping it real. That's the actual problem. Straight G Toro said Hassan Campbell seemed to think Jim Jones is a snitch. I think there may be some truth to that. Hassan Campbell just liked talking about Jim Jones, and there's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people that think Jim Jones is a snitch. I know people that you would be surprised that think Jim Jones is a snitch because you see him with the niggas. But I know people that think Jim Jones is a snitch. I don't know anybody that could. I know niggas that think Jim Jones is a snitch. I can't confirm that. And I haven't heard any information that makes me feel like that's definitely a thing. I have heard a lot of possibly, maybe, it looks like it. I've heard a lot of that. But no, nobody that. Actually, I heard the nigga is like, not for nothing, nigga, like, he's a Bronx nigga, like, he a Harlem Bronx nigga, like a cocky nigga, like, nigga cocky, cool as shit. This is what I hear. He cocky, he cool as shit though. He don't talk around you if he don't know you. He don't like if you like, he don't talk around everybody. Most niggas he don't talk around. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I heard. He like, I don't know what to say. I don't got no reason to think he's a snitch. Whatever happened to Jim Jones' gun charge? I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure it's court. It's court record, so it's open, right? Anybody could go find out. All you need is the inclination and a couple of bucks. That's it. All you need is the inclination and a couple of bucks. That's it. You don't need nothing else. You don't need nothing else. That's a fact. Also, I don't really have any mods that show up. Thanks for mentioning that. I think I'm gonna. My mods don't really show up no more. So what I think I'm gonna do is, I don't know. I don't think this person is gonna show up again. I don't think that person is gonna show up again. I don't wanna make nobody feel like they have any obligation. There's no obligation. I think Funny Ass is gonna show up. Prince to Amir, Dog Soldier, Shot Murder. Boom. Just thought about that. Thanks to that person. I wasn't even thinking about that shit. I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, I need the other people are mods. One person just comes in every time and just says like hi. I guess to see if they're still a mod. So then if I take them from being a mod, so they could say that I'm taking them from being a mod for some reason other than the fact that they're never here no more. So I don't know what to tell you about that. If you're not gonna be here, obviously I'm gonna remove you from the position, and it's not personal. But you know, if you can't make it, I don't think that it makes sense. Anyway, I think that he should have spoke. He did. Okay, so this is the thing. Shotty did have he did have a meeting with that Radar guy, right? Radar, I forgot what you call those guys. Anyway, shout out to them. Shout out to their platform. I wish I could remember the Rap Radar. He did have an interview with Rap Radar, right? What up, Corey Harris? He did have an interview with Rap Radar, right? Right? So I think he had the same issue in that interview that Tekashi 6ix9ine seems to have in every interview that I hear him in. They're not actually answering any questions that's being asked to them. They're directing the narrative of the interview. It's not a real interview. Like, okay, so there's an art to having an interview. There's an art to having an interview where you allow for the interviewee to lead the interview. There's an art to that. That's why you have the Barbara Walters of the world. That's why you have the whoever the dude was that used to be at is the eyewitness 60 Minutes, Walter Cronkites of the world. That's why you have them, because there's a certain skill, an intellectual skill. I'm gonna call it what it is. Being able to interview a person. What up, D Candyman? Salute. Being able to interview a person while they still lead the interview. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a certain skill, and I just think that the people who they were interviewing with don't have that particular capacity. You have to be a really good storyteller for one. I think the better you are at being a storyteller, I think the better you will be at basically doing this right here. You have to be really good at being a storyteller, understanding how to disseminate the information so it's most appealing to the audience, and also allows for all of the for people to understand what's going on. So I just think that there's a skill to that, and I think that the individuals who have interviewed Tekashi 6ix9ine so far has failed to be able to establish that presence. And I think that the one that Shotty did, although it was a decent interview, I think that You know, also it was under certain parameters because they had they was doing it over like Wi-Fi, over the internet or whatever the case is. So you know, maybe that's also parameters right there, just to be fair to everybody. But yeah, I didn't think much of that particular interview. I just thought it could have been done better. I also think everything I do, could be done better. Also, I'm just one of those people that I always think that we could have just a little bit more time, a little bit more energy. We could have made this a little bit better. I'm just one of those guys. All right, so I'm gonna play a clip for y'all real quick, and then I'm gonna come back with. I'm gonna tell you something about NBA YoungBoy.
NBA Youngboy update. His lawyers filed a motion asking the judge to throw out all the evidence that the cops have against him. His lawyers argue that the evidence was obtained illegally in violation of Youngboy's constitutional rights when the cops searched him without probable cause. Did the cops have probable cause to search him? According to defense attorneys, hell nah. The cops were arguing that a reliable source called 911 and said there's gang activity going on, people are brandishing firearms, they're trespassing. Defense attorneys say no, no, no. A woman called, it was a neighbor, she knows Youngboy, she knows Youngboy was outside his house, she was concerned about all the activity, but she didn't say nothing about no gang activity, she didn't say nothing about no brandishing firearms. Second point the attorneys make, when the first cop came on the scene, he had his body cam on, he didn't wait for backup, he didn't wait for a second police car, he didn't have his gun drawn, he calmly walked up, he started talking to them. Now, if you had probable cause to believe that two violent gangs were brandishing firearms and engaging in violence, would you as a single police officer casually walk up to them waiting for backup? No. And if you didn't do that, then did you really have probable cause to believe that criminal activity was afoot? No. You could easily argue that this kid was in front of his grandfather's house with legal guns and his friends. If the judge grants this motion, evidence gets thrown out, Youngboy's out.
Alright, so I think that we should all be expecting NBA YoungBoy to come home soon. And also, with that being said, basically what I think this was one of those situations where the police just arrest you and then they figure out what they figure out what they're gonna what they're gonna keep you for later. I think that this is basically what one of those situations was. Also, everybody, let's get $5 to $10 drops to the Cash App. That's right there, up there on the screen, over our beautiful ladies, over our beautiful right when I was saying that, freaking 50 Cent popped up. So it's right there over our Icy Queens and Drip Kings. So I just want to be clear on that. They wasn't supposed to arrest him in the first place. You get what I'm saying? Like, this isn't I think there's actually a law that had to be created so that the police can't just arrest you. And then if that, like, okay, so if they arrest you for a thing and they're saying that they're coming to arrest you for a thing, and the thing that they're arresting you for is an illegal arrest, what I believe is, let me check this real quick. I believe everything that they caught, everything that they got on you, all evidence, everything, I believe all of that shit gets thrown out of the window. If that's the case, I believe that nothing can be held against NBA YoungBoy. It says false arrest. That this is, I put illegal arrest in. I'm gonna let y'all see. False arrest came up. It says false arrest is a common law tort where a plaintiff alleged they was held in custody without probable cause or without an order issued by a court of competent jurisdiction. Although it is possible to sue law enforcement officials for false arrests, the usual defendants in such case are private security firms. I'm looking for illegal arrest. That's what they said it was. Okay, Takao, hold on. You're talking about two separate situations. Okay, so you're talking about two separate things. I don't understand how you want me to argue against two separate things. And one of those things that you're talking about is factually incorrect. So I don't know if you know any of the facts at all, Takao, but give me 1 second. I'm looking for illegal arrest, illegal detention. I don't see illegal arrest. But I'm pretty sure that whenever there's like an illegal arrest, all of the information or anything that they got in order to be able to like screw you over. I think they got to throw all that shit away. TBE to Cal says, not so fast. The landlord of the house also called. First of all, if you're talking about when the police got called on them for the video music shoot, one, that wasn't the landlord. That was just some random person in the neighborhood. That was just a neighbor. That wasn't the landlord. That's one. Two, you said, how did they get out of that? And then he ran. The thing that he ran for is basically a totally different situation that has nothing to do with this particular case that we're talking about. The thing that he ran for was, there was a warrant issued for his arrest. He was in California. They went to abduct him in California. That's when he ran. This thing that we're currently talking about is the arrest that happened in Louisiana when he was shooting a music video, when one of his neighbors called the police on him, and then the police showed up and then, for whatever the reason is, decided to say that there was a gang war happening and arresting them. So you're talking about two separate situations, and you're taking it out of, you're using the incorrect context in more than one. So boom, there you go. I hope I just put you on the game. Yeah, I hope I just put you on the game. So that's what that is in regards to that. I don't know where you get landlord from, but yeah. So it's probably just a matter of time right at this point. If the initial reason why they showed up in the first place is incorrect, they said that are you just trying to troll me? Those are two different situations. What are you talking about? And people run all the time and are not a flight risk. So you don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna stay away from your comments. I'm not trying to disrespect you or anything like that. I'm gonna stay away from your comments because I don't understand what you're talking about. It don't seem like you know what you're talking about. It seems like you're just pulling straws. It's just, I don't know what you're talking about. I appreciate the comments though. Keep them coming. I'll try to understand the next one. Maybe it's me. It's a competency issue as far as I'm concerned, and I can't comprehend what you're trying to convey. Maybe that's what's happening. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't understand what you're talking about. I mean, I understand what you're talking about, but it's just it doesn't coincide with the discussion that we're currently having. GT Massive said the lesser charge of absconding or eluding police is what he has to deal with. That's a totally different situation. That's not the situation we're talking about, GT Massive. The situation in which way he has to deal with the police from running from the police for the warrant was a situation that happened in California. The situation that we're talking about right now happened in Louisiana. These is two totally different situations, just so we can be clear. It's not the same situation. It's two totally different arrests. One thing doesn't have anything to do with the other. But what I can say is, I'm not 100% sure why he had the warrant put out for his arrest in the first place. But if I'm correct, the warrant was put out for his arrest for the situation that happened in Louisiana. If the warrant was put out for his arrest for the situation that happened in Louisiana, I want to know what's going to happen with the $10,000 bond that he has now currently in California, if he's going to be let go for the Louisiana situation, because he still did run from the police. So I would like to see what they're going to do with that, what's going to happen, and how they're going to take care of that. I think that'll be interesting. But yeah, that's there was a warrant put out for his arrest, I believe, because of the Louisiana situation. I believe that's why the warrant was put out for his arrest. Let me check something real quick. The fuck? But as far as what do I think is gonna possibly happen with that particular case after the fact, there's no telling. There's really no telling. They called it Operation Never Free Again. I can't remember what state it was in. I believe that was the California one. But I'm okay with them calling it some shit like that. I'm okay with them calling it Operation whatever they want to call it. I don't understand why people are so like feeling away about that. I think they should be able to call it Operation whatever the hell they want to call it. That's just my feeling. What they call their operation don't got shit to do with anything, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm perfectly fine with it. Sorry about that. I'm looking at something. I hit a button that I think was about to take us off of here, so. Okay, so there's a couple of things I'm looking at. Sorry about that. What up, Symbology Scanner? I read the comic. TBE said every time me or one of my friends ran, no matter what other cases they had, they still considered it a flight risk, and now it's harder to get out. Do you understand what a flight risk is? Do you even understand what a flight risk is? I don't think you understand what a flight risk is. I don't think you understand what a flight risk is. I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand what a flight risk is. A flight risk isn't somebody trying to get away from the police. Everybody tries to get away from the police damn near. You do know this, right? A flight risk is having the capacity, the ability to elude the police. Not just the inclination. You do know this, right? You know this? Do you know this? Soleil. We got Soleil up in the house. Said, family for stay cool, guys. Sending my love. Appreciate you. You do know this, right? You know how many people run from the police and get bond and bail? Get bond? I Am King LLC said we stay on the same boat force, but I don't agree with the fact that they had the right to target him. I don't know. I don't understand. Okay, so why are we saying targeting? I need to know what you're talking about. Specifically, what issue you're bringing up when you're saying targeting. I want to know which issue specifically are you bringing up, because I want to know what I'm speaking on before I talk about it. Because realistically, if somebody has a warrant out for their arrest, you're supposed to target them. It's literally what a warrant is doing. A warrant is telling the authorities this person is targeted for arrest. So I need for you. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a dick. So I need for you to explain to me, what are you speaking about when you say targeting him? I need for you to explain, because that's literally what a warrant is. This guy right there, target him. Make sure you bring him in. That's what a warrant is. So I need for you to explain. So I need for you to explain. And basically every single thing that I do get criticized. So it's just a comment I want to make. Every single thing I ever do get criticized. So to say that I don't accept criticism is crazy, because that's all I ever get. I don't get anything else, basically. I don't get anything else except for criticism. So no, you're 100% incorrect. That's all I ever get. I Am King LLC says, you know, they built an actual task specifically around him and named it Never Free Again the minute they had a motive or agenda behind. And my boy, all due respect, the positive vibes. Okay, so first, Louisiana put a warrant out for his arrest. He's a high-profile figure. Most of the time, you're a high-profile figure and the warrant goes out for your arrest. They contact your lawyer and ask for them to, you know, basically bring you in. Right? You contact your lawyer, they say, we got a warrant out for your client's arrest. When would he like to turn himself in? They didn't do that. So if that's what you're upset about, I'm 100% on board with you on that. Generally speaking, when you are a person of note, when you are a celebrity, when you are an individual who is commonly known by a lot. No, I'm not talking about you, I Am King. There's a whole totally different conversation that somebody else was having, but they got kicked, so you can't see it. That had nothing to do with you. That was somebody else. What up, Chirac? So if that's what you're upset about, I'm here for that. They wasn't supposed to go and try to chase him down and run him down anyway. They were supposed to call his lawyer. Have his lawyer bring him in. How many times has NBA Youngboy been arrested? He knows that this is the way that it's done. Alright? So that's one. If that's not what you're complaining about, I don't think they did anything else wrong. There was a warrant out for a person's arrest. They know who this person is. They know that he moves. They know that there's a good chance that there might be gang members or something around him. Right? I mean, are we being fair? Or are we just going to just only say the things that make the person that we prefer to win look like they're winning? Or are we going to be fair? Every single which one of those task groups, just so we could be clear, 9 times out of 10, every single mission they go on got some weird ass fucking name to it. If you don't believe me, go talk to somebody that works in the military. Okay? Every damn task force, every group, they all got fucking weirdo ass names to it. So I'm okay with them naming the shit whatever they wanted to name it. They wanted to name it Never Free Again or whatever the fuck they wanted to name it. What the hell do I care? That's their mission. They got the right to name their mission whatever they want to name it. That's one. I mean, that's two. Pardon me. No, that's 3 actually. So I need to know what they did wrong. I'm not going to let that go through, Chirac. So I need to know what they did wrong. We might not like the fact that NBA Youngboy got arrested. But besides them not calling his attorney and having his attorney bring him in, shout out to Kelly. We got Kelly up in the house. Besides them not calling his attorney and having him bring him in, they didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. They just did shit that people didn't like. I think that we as adults need to understand the difference between somebody doing something that you don't like and somebody doing something that's just wrong. Because a lot of times people will do some shit that you don't like, and instead of you accepting it as some shit that you don't like, you'll accept it like they wronged you and they just did some shit you just didn't like. They didn't really do anything wrong to you. So, as far as that is concerned, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. If you saying, they should have contacted his lawyer, I'm here with you on that. If you're saying that they shouldn't have named the task force, whatever they named it, I don't know. They should name it whatever the fuck they want to name it. If you're trying to say that they wasn't supposed to target him, he had a warrant out for his arrest. Everybody with a warrant out for their arrests, that's literally them targeting you. Shout out to Kelly with the $5 drop. She says, what did the 5 fingers say to the face? You see the face, and then you see like the 5 hands. Who's next? Who's next? Shout out to Kelly with the $5 drop. Who's next? No, that's not true. I am King LLC. I am King. Oh, smack. I am King LLC said that the police only call you when you got money to turn yourself in. That's not true. That's 100% not true. They call niggas all the time and tell them to turn themselves in. What are you talking about? Yo, I'm not trying to go crazy on nobody today, and I'm really being extremely patient. But come on, man. Like, are we just gonna be making erroneous comments the whole? I mean, keep making the comments. Please keep bringing the comments. But are we just gonna keep making erroneous comments? Are we just gonna? That's all of the comments is gonna be erroneous. Like, come on, man. All of them. Shout out to Smashville TV with the $10 drop. Who's next? He has no comment with the Clint Eastwood eyes. It's when you doing the Clint Eastwood eyes. It's when you letting the rat bastard know this is my side of the this is my side of the saloons. If you come over to this side of the saloons, there's gonna be problems. Okay, Kelly. Somebody just sent me something. I'm gonna ask them to explain this a little bit better before I play it for y'all. Somebody just sent me something. What up, Smashville? Did I just call out Smashville drop? Smashville with the $10 drop. Shout out to Smashville with the $10 drop. He said, who's next? With the Clint Eastwood eyes. Smashville, you gotta go. You gonna help me get my damn check, you rat bastard. My check on YouTube. I know way too many people with checks on Instagram not to have a check yet on Instagram. The shit is kind of upsetting to me, but I'm not going out there doing the shit to get the check, so I could wait. Okay, a better perspective. I've never had the police call me. The police will call your motherfucking crib. Hold on. Just stop everything. Who else have had the police call their crib and tell them that there was a warrant out for their arrest? They need to turn themselves in immediately. I have. Has anybody else? Maybe they don't do it where you from, like where you at. But has anybody else had the police call their house and say, yo, look, we looking for you. Don't let us catch you. You better turn yourself in. Has anybody else had the police do that? I was on the run for months. Has anybody else had the police do that? This dude said police only the police call is the rich people. Has anybody else had the police do that? Shout out to I Am King LLC though, but nah, the police will call your crib, man. Okay, yes, I know what that is. I don't need to hear the thing. I saw the video, I could explain. Somebody just sent me a thing that revolving around some advice that academics gave 6ix9ine. I'll talk about that in a second. Give me 1 second. JR said, laugh out loud. Police definitely do that in NYC. Yeah, that's why I don't know what this dude is talking about. Police is calling your house once there's a warrant out for your arrest, yo. Thank you, Angel Crispin. That happens all the time. Maybe it just does. They don't do that where you from. I Am King LLC. Maybe from where you from, they don't do that, but they do that. Let's get 5 to 10 $10 drops to the Cash App, y'all. Come on, let's go. Can we get this show rocking? Can we get this show rocking? We're gonna get back to 6ix9ine conversation. Give me a minute. And I got a thing I want to say about 6ix9ine again in a minute. Give me a minute. DJ Academics was basically talking about how he wanted to, what he thought might help 6ix9ine's career, and he basically said that he got to put out more content, and I agree. He said he should put out like a song a month, and I agree. I think 6ix9ine needs to put out more content just in general. Okay, you're from Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. That all I said. I don't even know what the I'm from Chicago part is. I'm just saying, I guess in Chicago they don't call you. I know people in Chicago. I could literally just ask. It's like probably about 15 or 20 people I could just ask. But all I'm saying is, in New York City, when there's a warrant put out for your arrest, they call you. They call you any known in numbers. They call everybody that they could try to get in contact with you so you could turn yourself in. Maybe they don't do that in Chicago. So maybe that's why you don't know. Or that's not something that you know about. Maybe they also don't do that in California. What the fuck do I know? The fuck do I know? Straight G Toro says low-key feels like 6ix9ine is having label problems. Why do you say that? I want to know why you think that. Why do you think that? I'm not saying he isn't or that he is. What the fuck do I know? But why do you think that? No, he wasn't putting out a song a month, if I remember correctly. What I remember happened is, tell me if I'm wrong, I might be wrong. But if I remember happened is, I believe he put out a single. And then after he put out a single, he dropped like, I don't know. Like, he put out a single and then he dropped like a EP or an album around the time that, in September, like we thought Lil Durk was going to drop an album around the same time. Right? But I think he only dropped like one. Smashville, shout out to Smashville, says if it's so serious they'll call you. Other than that, they knocking your door off. I think you meant if it's not serious, they call you. Other than that, they knocking your door off. That's a fact. Yeah, if it's not serious, they gonna call you and be like, yo, You know, if it's not that bad of a thing, you know, they're not worried about you doing. I don't know. All I know is I got a call before. Family relatives have gotten calls before. I think this is something that they just did more probably like in the 90s and in the 80s. Kelly said, would be cool if he put out some different shit and maybe also apologize for all the BS he be doing. Will help him. I think that 6ix9ine has a lot of fans that want to be supportive of him but aren't as supportive because of some of the antics that he pulls off. I think that he's just in a bind. I think that even if he wanted to do different than what he's currently doing, if he tried to, there'd be people who would then attack his reputation. I think he's in a bind. I am King LLC says I think he went about reintroducing himself the wrong way. I agree. What up, G Styles? Straight G Tory said, yeah, 6ix9ine sold 56K and Dirk dropped later on and washed them. Well, 6ix9ine didn't sell 56K. 6ix9ine sold 130K allegedly. Shout out to Astoria Queens. That's a fact. Salute. Allegedly. And then after he sold 139,000 or whatever the case is, allegedly, only 30,000 of those sales were allowed to be used. And then after that, I think it was like only like 20-something thousand, 30,000 of those sales was allowed to be used. Then after that, they got the sales back up to like 50-something, 56 or whatever the case was. So in reality, I mean, if we talking about how much money he made money like he sold 200 fucking units. If we're talking about money, just so we can be clear, that's the part that, you know, that's one of the main things rappers brag about, right? Money, right? Well, he sold 150-something thousand. They said that a lot of that shit didn't count because remember the bulk? I think when you attach it to merch, like a lot of his sales were attached to merch. They said those sales are disqualified. So he made a shitload of money off of that fucking album. That, you know, he really sold like 200,000. He really did like 200,000. They just not acknowledging. Like they not acknowledging like, I don't know, like 130,000 of his sales, something like that. They not even acknowledging. He can't do a show in New York. It doesn't matter. He can't. He can't do a show in New York, and neither can Casanova because of after the situation that happened in the Barclays. Yeah, after the situation that happened in the Barclays, New York City said, you know what? You guys done. No more concerts. So as of right now, as far as I know, the government New York City has a mandate where Tekashi 6ix9ine nor Casanova 2 Times can't perform. Just so everybody can know. Yeah, they're banned. They can't perform in New York City. It's a wrap. Niggas said, nope. Niggas said, nope. niggas was pulling up to perform. They just had a side. They just pointed like that. They just was marching like this. They was like, we going to perform. We're going to perform. The guy at the door pointed like that. And 6ix9ine, his people and Casanova, their people just turned around like that. We leaving from performing. We leaving from performing. And I don't know what to tell you. There's no performing going on for those guys in New York. Once again, that might be in their best interest. Don't know what to tell you. Let's get $5 to $10 $10 drops to the Cash App. The version of 6ix9ine wearing a beanie was super reckless in 2018. I think 6ix9ine's staunch supporters is hurting him more than they're helping him. I think 6ix9ine's biggest supporters often want him to be more reckless. And I think that they need to support him, but I think that at the same time they need to be giving him room where he could dial it back some. That's what I think. I think they don't give him any room where he could dial it back, where he could choose to not be so aggressive, where he could choose to take the high road. I think that, you know, his fans is just putting too much pressure on him to be obnoxious. I think he needs to dial it back some. I think that a situation needs to happen and he needs to be able to talk about it. If a situation happens and he could go talk about it intelligently, there's going to be a ton of people that be like, we don't care what he say, fuck Rat 9 or whatever they want to call him, Snitch 9 or whatever. But there's also going to be other individuals that, even though they say that, they're going to be listening and they're going to be hearing. You can't reach everybody. That's a fact. But just because you can't reach everybody, that don't mean don't try to reach anyone. So that's just my opinion on it. I mean, what the hell do I know? I could be wrong. I hit a thing on my computer and I lie to you not. The shit just, I don't know what just happened. Anyway, shout out to that. Heard there's 100K on 6ix9ine and Raleigh. I'm not entertaining any of that. I wouldn't be surprised if the rappers nowadays put money on their own damn head just so they can say they got a bounty. For real. Rapper be like putting money on his own head. Got rapper hired the dude that is out there trying to kill him. He hired him. There's a guy they like, yo, there's been another attempt on, I don't know, MC Megawatch's life. MC Megawatch. He wears a fucking, he has like a watch, but he wears it like a WWE fucking wrestling belt. He wearing like a WWE wrestling belt, but it looks like it's a watch though. His name is MC Megawatch, and he hires some goons to kill him and shit. But then when he hired the goons to kill him, he didn't know that his security guard, which is the best security in the whole world, he didn't know that that guy was gonna get locked up and go to jail for 6 months. So now he's really scared that these guys is gonna end up actually killing him. He paid them. He just wanted some free publicity. Anyway, Kelly said, I removed myself from his page and watch it. And a lot of his fans keep saying like he doing too much with Dirk and Vaughn. They don't even talk about the rat stuff really. They think he's just too much. Look, I'm not with the talking bad about the dead. There's people that I don't like, but they dead, so I can't talk about them. Okay, get through that. But nah, there really are people that I really don't like, but they not here no more, so I don't talk about them at all, ever, because I don't have nothing nice to say. I don't believe in talking bad about the dead. Just because you passed away, I don't gotta like you now. But you know, you was a douchebag when you was here. At least to me, maybe you was good to other people. You understand what I'm saying? But to me, you weren't. So I'm not gonna, you know, now that you're dead, talk about how great you was. No, that person was a douchebag. So if somebody asks me about you when you've done passed away, I'm not even gonna badmouth you. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, that was a person. Like, what did you think about Craig? Yeah, he was a short person. Yeah, and you know, he had height. Yeah, you know, he had glands. He sweat. you know, when it was hot. Like, I'm trying to, I don't got, it passed away. I don't got nothing bad to say about you, but, you know, you're asking me about this person, Craig, that I just absolutely did not like. There is no Craig. I'm just using that as an example. And he got fired on his day off. There is no Craig, though, but, like, yeah, like on some real shit. Like, what the hell? Like, what are we doing here? For real, for real. We is not doing any of those things. But, yeah, I just wouldn't be surprised if MCs is out, if rappers is out here getting bounties put on their own head so they could escape from, you know, whatever, and, you know, add to their mythology. Because that's what it's about, right? I swear they need to get me in a freaking war room with some writers. That don't sound like a funny ass movie. You got a cap ass rapper who want people to think that he got ops because that's the way to get popping. So he need people to try to kill him. First, he tries to get his friends to fake it, but they almost get killed by the police. So they like, we ain't doing this shit no more. So then he goes and he hires real assassins, some real gang niggas to kill him. But right when he hires them, the very next morning, his bodyguard gets locked up and got to do 8 months for beating some dude up. So now... You trying to tell me that would be funny as shit? You trying to tell me that would be funny as shit? Oh, man. They tried to kill this fool. He goes, he hires some new bodyguards that they not really good. They not really good bodyguards. We could go get Meth and Redman to be his new bodyguards. They're not really good bodyguards. You don't think that would be funny as shit? Kelly says, did you see Reese said since he want to get him a car, he gonna give 6ix9ine dad some money. So 6ix9ine's dad, for everybody that don't know, 6ix9ine's dad, who came out of the woodwork during the court situation, is currently living in a homeless shelter, and he's upset because 6ix9ine isn't helping him out financially. Before we go too far into this, I want to say this real quick. Yeah, this shit's a bitch. Like, when you trying to do some shit that other people are looking at you and they feel like you got money or they feel like you got fame, they didn't do anything to work for the shit. They didn't do anything. They didn't put no elbow grease, no nothing into anything. But at the same time, they think that they're entitled to the shit that you've done work for. They think they're entitled. He don't owe that man not a cent. That man decided that his drug addiction, well, he had a drug problem, it's a disease. And that man's disease made him walk out on his son and on his wife. Or he got kicked out. Whichever which way. He had to leave because of that disease. And I'm just going to say it like this. I get it. Drugs make people do the wildest of shits. This is a fact. Alright? Especially the drug that he was on. This is a fact. But you abandoned that man when he was a child. And he don't got no obligation to you. So, homeboy, Little Reese, go pull up on his pops. All the rappers need to be pulling up on... Every rapper that don't like him need to be pulling up on his pops and giving his pops some change. How about that? Every single rapper that don't like 6ix9ine should be finding out where his pops live and pulling up on his pops with some bucks. I'm pretty sure 6ix9ine loved people other than his stepdad, but I get what you're saying. He didn't care about his... His father disappeared out of his whole entire life. Okay, so I'm going to say it like this. What up, war with casualties? Yep, they make sure everybody's set. Hold on. I'm going to say something real quick. Listen. A lot of y'all don't know how feeling abandoned feels. Alright? Being abandoned is one of the things that people sometimes think that they were, but they really weren't. When somebody abandons you, it's just totally different. It's hard for me to explain. But being abandoned is one of the worst feelings that I've ever had. So I'm pretty sure I've never had cancer. At least I don't know about me having cancer now. So I don't, so I can't say it's the worst feeling ever, is my point being. But it's a terrible feeling to be abandoned. That man abandoned his son. It was abandonment because of a drug problem. Don't get it confused. But that man abandoned his son and his wife. Abandoned them. His son doesn't have any obligation to him. I'm sorry. That's the way I feel about it. When me and my daughter, if me and my daughter don't talk, it's not up to my daughter to contact me. It's up to me to contact my daughter. I'm the parent. If me and my daughter was having an argument or a disagreement, it's up to me to contact her. It's not up for her to contact me. And I think that there's a lot of people out there that feel like their children are supposed to treat them like they're God. Remember, our children, whatever child you have, your child had never asked to be born or put here. All of our children were put here against their will. We did it. Well, not against their will, but without them being asked about, acknowledged, or anything. We did it. So if there's a problem between a parent and a child, it's up to the fucking parent. I don't care how old the parent is. I don't care if the parent's 1,000,000 years fucking old. It's up to the parent to make it right. And if it's something that can't be made right, then that parent fucked up. It's up to the parent. So whatever the hell's going on with Tekashi 6ix9ine and his father, I'm going to hold his father with the appropriate responsibility for what happened. I'm not going to hold the person responsible that has the most money. That's not a reason to hold a person, well, that person got more money than the other person, we got to hold them more responsible. No, we're going to hold the person the most responsible that actually has something to do with the situation that occurred. Tekashi 6ix9ine's father had a bad drug problem. The mother said, you cannot live here no longer with this particular drug problem. It's destroying our house. He had to make a choice between the drugs or his family. He chose the drugs. I don't understand what Tekashi 6ix9ine owes him. Straight G Toro says, yeah, brother-in-law tells the story of being abandoned by his mom back when he was in Honduras. Years later, she came back for money. What in the hell? You see, what y'all gotta realize is you got a ton of fucked up type of people out there. You got people out there that have kids and they handicap their kids whole life to make sure that their kids can't get far enough away from them so they don't got to die alone. Then you got other people that have kids that don't even want their kids. get rid of their kids, go disappear on their kids, then come back in their kids' life 20 years later needing help. And then you got fucking assholes that do both. And then sit there and be sad when they can't get their way. So yeah, I don't think he should give his father a cent. But I think that all the rappers who are pissed off at him and beefing with him, I think they should pull up on his pops and treat his pops really nice. Take him out, get him some clothes, take him shopping, get him some shoes, put him up in a nice apartment. For real, for real. I think I'm joking. For real, for real. But that's boss baller shit. And that's why a lot of these niggas ain't thinking about doing it. That's 50 Cent level petty. That's 50 Cent level petty. Alright? 50 Cent, what did 50 Cent do to when he was beefing with Rick Ross? That's 50 Cent level petty. Yeah, not a problem. We don't like that nigga anyway. He got a problem with his pops, not a problem. You know what we gonna go do? We gonna go put a puppet. We gonna go make sure that we gonna go fix up his situation. We gonna go fix up his situation. Even if it means go and get him a little nice job somewhere, get him a nice little apartment, throw him some bucks, get him up on his feet. That's what we gonna do. We gonna do. Fuck that nigga. We gonna go fix his pops up and shit. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I would do if I was beefing with him. That's a fact. Yep. 50 Cent went into Rick Ross' whole family shopping. It was crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, nah, that's the level of petty you gotta get with these niggas sometime though. That's where I'd be at with it. I'd be like, alright, nah, we don't like that nigga. Nah, he got a beef with that family. Let's go hook that family member up. Let's go make that family member straight. $50 Cent also got a sex tape with like Rick Ross's baby mama or some shit. Like 50 Cent was going after him. 50 Cent went and got a picture of, I think, Rick Ross's mom, or somebody's mom's like sleeping on a job or some shit. Like them niggas ain't playing with him. Let's get 5 to 10 $10 drops to the Cash App, y'all. Come on, let's go. Yeah, so 50 Cent wasn't playing with him, but that's the type of energy he needs to be on, though, in my opinion. Like, if you beefing with Tekashi 6ix9ine, that's what you should do. Go do that. You know how blowing up that would be on Instagram? You know how blowing up that would be on Instagram? If rappers that didn't like Tekashi stopped talking about how they didn't like Tekashi and they just be having Instagram posts with them like taking his pops out to go shopping. Putting posts up like, I don't know, riding a skateboard. I don't know what the fuck his pops does. You know how wild that would be? Pardon me. I'm glad my allergies. The fucking bad part. I told y'all, everybody was like, take allergy medicine. I was like, nope, I'm not taking no allergy medicine. And now look at what happened. Allergies. Poof. Also, I have been smoking weed, so that might also be why my allergies is going. That also helps. That is, it helps me. I can't speak for anybody else. But put him some juice in the whip. Yo, imagine if they go get him a chain, yo, with his name on it, Ernesto. I don't even know what his name is. Hold on, what's his name? What's the hold on? What's Tekashi 6ix9ine Pop's name? I don't know what his name is. Hold on. Damn, they don't even got his parents here? What the fuck? Alright, his Wikipedia don't even got his parents on it. See, this is why I don't be going to fucking Wikipedia for nothing. This is why I don't go to Wikipedia for nothing. What the fuck, man? And then I went into an actual article. And they're not even calling him by his fucking name. What in the hell? Alright, ain't nobody got time for this. Oh shit. So apparently he's a junior. His father's name is Daniel Hernandez. So apparently he's a junior. Yeah, apparently he's a junior. Shout out to Danny Senior? Yeah, 6ix9ine is a junior. Oh man, see, I couldn't be a op. If I was one of his ops, man, you don't think, oh man, then we gonna go get him a chain that says Daniel Hernandez Senior. We gonna get a chain made that should say Daniel Hernandez Senior right on that shit. Like, yeah. Let him go hang out. We get some chicks twerking. Oh man. I don't know though, but yeah, so his pops, I don't think he owes his pops anything though. That's just me talking. I don't think he owes his pops anything. I don't think he should give his father anything. People got to stop thinking just because they had something to do with you being born that now you owe them your whole life. Tekashi 6ix9ine don't owe that man his whole life. He don't owe him his whole life. I'm sorry. Okay, so he left Daniel's life when Daniel Hernandez was what, like 6 or 7 or some shit like that? Probably even younger than that. And he come back when he's 22? What the fuck? I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to that shit though. What we was talking about? What we was talking about before we start talking about that? What we was talking about before we start talking about that? It's just funny as shit though. I'll tell you this shit. Fuck yeah, the nigga. Just have him, just bring him around with you and shit. We got the Tekashi 6ix9ine, we got the Daniel Hernandez Senior with us. We got Rainbow Pops with us. Alright, and be back to the NBA Youngboy situation. Just so we could be clear, especially as far as NBA Youngboy is concerned, he should be out soon. I don't see why he shouldn't be out soon. At this point, it's probably just paperwork. I'm assuming that Louisiana, whoever currently has him, they're gonna be doing everything they can to just, slow roll, just go slow as possible with the paperwork to hold him and keep him as long as possible in hopes that he might act out and do something for them to then be able to keep him in custody longer. He gonna have to hold his head. So I was on Rikers, right? So I'm gonna tell you about some shit that happened to me when I was on Rikers. So I was on Rikers, and I had a situation or whatever the case was. So now they're letting me go, and it's time for me to go home. So they let everybody go. You get on the bus, it be at night sometimes. That's when they let you go. So they decided they held me for whatever the reason was. So after they held me, right? They held me, and after they held me, they were supposed to let me go the next day or whatever the case was. They held me in the building 24 hours after they were supposed to let me go. It just held me. Just held me. Had me watching everybody else that was getting sent home go home, and they just held me. That's it. They just held me 24 hours. The warden, one of the wardens, I guess, came on. It was the duty switch or whatever the case is, had saw me previously on the shift that they had, the previous shift. Saw me waiting. I was still waiting since their previous shift. Said, what is he still doing here? They said I was supposed to be let go, and then they expedited me out the building. I had to go do all of the stuff that I had to do before I left. They made me go do all of the things over again. Why? Because they was hoping that I was gonna sit there, be upset that I was waiting long, start acting out, carrying on, and then quite possibly get myself into another situation where now they gotta hold me. For everybody that don't know, when you're on Rikers Island and you get into trouble on Rikers Island and you got to go to court, you got to go to the island court. It wasn't even a shift change. Hold on, I'll explain it in a minute. You got to go to the court on the island. You don't go to a regular court. Like, they not bringing you all the way back to Manhattan to go to fucking court. You got to go to court on the island. So one of the things that they do sometime, they'll get you caught up. Because they'll do some shit, so they get into a bullshit ass argument with you. They could give you a bullshit ass violation. Then now you gotta wait and gotta go to court on the island for this fucking violation, so they can't send you home. So they might try to do some weirdo shit to him like that. They might try to hold on to him as long as possible. Because they did that shit to me. That was fucked up. And the only reason why, and I was just sitting there and I was being patient. And the only reason why the I don't know who that was, the warden or whoever the fuck that is that came in, that knew that I was supposed to have been home, is because they were supposed to let me out a whole day. So the lady saw me being able to be getting ready to get sent home before she went home. So she seeing me on the line, not on the line, but in the cell where they sending everybody home. She seen me. She leave, go home, do all of her shit that she got to do, come back to work, and I'm still there. She was like, yo, what the fuck? This guy's not supposed to. She was cursing him out and everything. She was going off. Short lady, too. Short black lady. She was going to fuck off on them. She was going off on them. Because if anything happened to me, I could sue the city because I wasn't supposed to be there. So if I would have fell down, if I would have tripped, if somebody would have shanked me, if anything would have happened to me at all, I'm not supposed to be in the building no more. They were supposed to have let me go 24 hours ago. So if anything would have happened and I would have had known anything about my rights at all, so she was going off on them. So shout out to her. So that's what they might try to do to him. They're going to try to hold on to him. You know, they're going to probably try to get him on another violation so they can hold on to him. It's okay, so it's not that the system isn't working. It's just that the system was created to do a specific thing. And the thing that it was created to do had nothing to do with protecting the rights of the individuals that are accused. It was created to do a specific thing. Create slaves. That's what our system was created to do. Create slaves. Create a situation where we could legally take away a person's rights. and then put them at a place and have them conduct and have them do stuff we need them to do. You think if they didn't have all of those prisons, how you think all the roads in America got built? You think they was paying people to do that shit? You think they could have paid somebody to build all of the roads in America? No. There's prison people out there doing many of those roads. The majority of those roads was paid with prison labor. Well, how do you think a lot of the agriculture that was going on in America had went on for many years? Prison labor. So, you know, the system was never created in order to make sure that we got a fair shake. And when I say we, I mean people in general. I'm not just talking about black people or any select person of color. I'm talking about people in general. The system was created that once you get caught up in the system, you in the system. Once you get caught up, it is what it is. Where we going from here? What the fuck? I had no idea, just so we could be clear, I had no idea that Gilly the Kid's wife did makeup on movies and television shows. I had no idea. Oh wait, I did know about this particular one. She posted it. Okay, but I had no idea. Shout out to G. And Shorty from that movie was pretty as shit. Not for nothing. So, great job. No, Little Tim is now going to become a rapper. First of all, everybody was already always a rapper. Alright? So, we just be clear on that. Everybody goes into the studio and drops a track. Okay? So only your best goons. They got a versatile. There's a versatile out there. Only your favorite goons. They got a versatile out there somewhere. But no, Little Tim wasn't an actual rapper before. They're creating up. They turning him into that persona now. He's gonna be a rapper now. Shout out to Little Tim. Gilly's CEO family. Dame Dash? Dame Dash got CEO merch, for everybody that don't know. That's why I said that. Hey, GT Massive, I just noticed you ain't green no more. So they should be letting NBA Youngboy out soon. They shouldn't have never had him to begin with. He was just shooting a fucking music video. He should have never been arrested to begin with. They should have never been... Okay, so the cops was called. There was a police officer that went down there when they were shooting the music video. He was talking to them. He found out everything that was going on. And then he left and came back with SWAT or whoever the hell. What the fuck? So they should have never been arrested to begin with. So 9 times out of 10 right now, another thing that's probably happening is there's probably some corruption that's being covered up. Because there's corruption in everything. Let's just be honest with that. I hate when people always try to act like the only place that's corrupt is the police precinct. No, there's corruption everywhere. I think one of the reasons why I do really good at most jobs is that once people realize I don't care about I'll be working somewhere and I'll know a motherfucker is corrupt as shit, but that's not my responsibility. I don't have that responsibility. So I'll mind my business. And then you'll see me a whole nother time go do something heroic or do something where I'll step out of, I'll put my back to the wall to help somebody else. I'm going to tell you about a situation that happened real quick. So I used to work in Franklin's Women's Shelter. And we had a supervisor there. I forget what her name was. Good, I'm not going to call her name anyway. So we had a supervisor there, and she was not very liked. I liked her though. I mean, she wasn't very nice. Okay, so we had a supervisor there. She was the main supervisor. She wasn't nice. Just so we could be clear. She was not nice. She was the opposite of nice. Okay, she was not nice. I liked her though. And we got along well. So, I'm trying to tell you. So, what happened was, okay, so one of the things I used to do all the time is I don't really care about posts and I just do what I want to do. So I'll be at work and I'm supposed to be doing something, but I'll just walk off posts and just, go just, I don't feel like standing here no more. I was a security guard, by the way. And I'll be like, I don't feel like standing here no more. And I'll just go and walk off and go do some up stuff. And I just go do, I don't care. So one of my favorite places to go hang out was in the supervisor's office. I lie to you not. Everything that I'm saying, I'm dead ass serious. So one of my favorite places to hang out was the supervisor's office. That's always like the best place to hang out. So that's usually when I'm often when I'm not on post, I'm usually in the supervisor's office or I'm playing pool. But this particular building only had one pool table and I was only able to play every once in a while. So I used to hang out in the office all the time. So what happened was on this particular day, I just happened to go to the office. I just walk off post and I go to the office and I'm just in the office hanging out with the site manager. While she's busy asking me, "What the fuck are you doing here? Get out of here!" And I'm busy trying to talk myself into going to the store. I'm just telling you what it is. So if she wasn't in the building, I probably would have just walked to the store. But she was in the building, so I had to go talk to her first. So I was just down there shooting the shit with her. So while I was down there shooting the shit with her, what ends up happening is, in this particular building in the Franklin's Women's Shelter, we used to have FJC there. They were security. And besides the FJC that was security for the shelter that was part of the city, because the city had rent space in the building. The shelter that was part of the city, there was also Red Cross, I believe it's Salvation Army. The Salvation Army owns the building. The city rents from the building. It rents from the Salvation Army. So the Salvation Army has upstairs. So the Salvation Army security lady, I don't know if she's the head of security. I don't know what the fuck she does up there. But the Salvation Army security lady don't like my supervisor. So they got into some kind of argument or some shit. I don't know. But I was standing there. And the Salvation Army lady wanted me to say that my supervisor said something that my supervisor didn't say. And I didn't lie. And I kept it a stack. And there was a lot of people that was like, "Yo, you should have lied," because they didn't like her. But I didn't have a problem with her. And even more importantly, that's not my style. So I forgot why I wanted to tell you that story, but I was always, I'm that guy that at the job, I will know what everybody is doing, and I don't tell nobody business. I just be knowing their business. I just be knowing what everybody's doing. Because I'm always the person that's never where I'm supposed to be. So I'm usually standing around hearing conversations I'm not supposed to be privy to. I love that job. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, man. I used to just go to the office. I'm just keeping it a stack with you. I used to literally just... When I used to work in Bellevue, I used to literally just walk down to the office and just stand in the office, and they just be all turning around looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing here? Ain't supposed to be on post? And then I talk myself in and go into the store. I don't know what to tell you. That's what I used to do. And then when I started working there, you just go down to the front, right to the office, where all the supervisors and everybody is at, and they just be sitting in there, and they just be like, sometimes, yo, real quick. So one time I walked in, and there was a person that was there that I did not know, and it was a high-ranking member of whatever FJC company. And I walked in, and the person was like, "What are you doing here? Get back to your post." And the motherfucker that was sitting there that I'd never seen a day before in my life turned around, recognized me, didn't recognize me, like knew, and was like, "Is this?" And then said my name. It was like, "It's good to meet you." And I'm like, and I'm like this. I'm just a regular guy in the fucking company. I'm just a regular blue shirt security guard. And he was like, He came in and was like, "What you doing now?" This supervisor that was on was like, "You know what the fuck are you doing?" Da da da. And then it was like, and I was just chilling. And it was like, "Wait, hold on. So this is blah blah." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Nice to meet you." And I'm busy standing there like, wait, what were y'all talking about before I got here? I was kind of lit. And then I was supposed to be, and I stood down there and talked like for like an hour or whatever. I don't know. I just need to be able to do what I want. When I'm doing what I want is when I shine. I gotta be held to other people's parameters and other people, whatever the hell. I just can't operate. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just can't operate. I don't want to operate. I don't think I'm always right. I just realize that often people come up to me and they tell me I'm wrong about something, but they can't quantify why. They'll say, "Look, Jack, you're not wrong about that." Or they'll try to give me criticism about a thing. And it's like, you do understand the difference between criticism and hate, right? Because I accept criticism pretty well. But you do understand the difference between criticism and hate, right? I'm going to explain to you the difference between criticism and hate. Criticism is when you see a thing. This is just my opinion, right? You see a thing, and it has an aspect about it that you think could be improved. But you not only think that it can be improved, you know how it could possibly be improved. You know what? If you put a little bit more salt, that's constructive criticism. You know what isn't constructive criticism? That shit just don't taste good. I don't know why. This shit is just disgusting. That's hate. That's what I get. At least that's what I feel I get. And then people be like, "You can't take criticism," but you're not giving me criticism. You're giving me hate. And then you're upset at the way that I respond. I like that job. I almost lose a lot of jobs. I don't lose because I left that job. I walked out on that job, but I get in trouble a lot for inviting people to fight. I get in trouble a lot at jobs I've been at for either inviting people to fight. I get in trouble for a lot of jobs I've been at. I guess I just don't like the whole back and forth thing. I just get frustrated. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't like having a conversation that it's not going nowhere. Like, let's have the conversation going somewhere. Even if it's to a place that I don't agree with or I don't like, let's make movement. You understand what I'm saying? Like, You know how hard it is to have a conversation. You want to know why I talk about whataboutisms all the time? I'm gonna explain to you why I talk about whataboutisms all the time. That's literally the only way people talk to me. Like, most of the time people talk to me, they use whataboutisms. Like, even in the arguments, when you see people trying to have a conversation with me in here and they talking about opinions, they just use whataboutisms. We'll be talking about a thing and then they'll say, yeah, but what about this whole other thing? And I'm like, that's not even up for discussion. We're not talking about that. We're talking about this thing. So then my whole conversation is, I want to talk about the thing we're already talking about, and their whole conversation is trying to talk about a thing that we're not even talking about. So, I mean, I got to go through that. I go through that all the time. I'm assuming everybody goes through that. I don't think this is just a me thing. I assume everybody goes through that. But yeah, I go through that like hell. I go through that like hell. I literally got people who don't even want to be admins over here no more, but just pop in and just comment on their name just so they can see if they still an admin. So if they're not an admin, they could say that I took the admin away from them because of some weirdo reason other than them not being here. I once had a conversation with somebody about social media stuff, and they said, you know what the most difficult part about being in social media is? There's going to be people that are going to see the things that you do, and they're going to look up to you, and they're going to like the stuff that you do, and they're going to think that you're rich. They're going to think you have all of this money, and you're not going to have all of this money. You're going to have regular means, like a regular, ordinary individual if you're fortunate. Because in order to be able to become successful at any of this stuff, you have to quit your regular job. You don't have to, but in order to be able to speed up this process, you have to quit your regular job. You have to put a lot of time and effort into building social media. I started a YouTube channel 4 or 5 years ago, or whatever the case is, but I've been on social media since before 2010. These are facts. I've been writing stories on different platforms and everything. I've been all over social media. I was one of the original people on G Plus. I had a friend. I'm not gonna say had. I mean, I'm pretty sure if we speak again, we're still cool. We don't got no issues with each other. But I had a friend invite me to the G Plus when it was still in beta. Like when it was in beta. I think. Wait, hold on. What came out first, G Plus or Instagram? I want to check something real quick. When did Instagram come out? G Plus, Instagram. 2012. $2011. So G Plus was out before fucking Instagram was out. I was on G Plus. So I've been on this social media shit. I legitimately never faced any hate until the last couple of years. Legitimately. I mean, I've had back and forths with people, but never like this. cousin said the most difficult thing about being on social media is that people think that you're rich and you're not. Probably living a regular everyday life, struggling to get by, while motherfuckers is out here thinking that you're rich. You're gonna acquire more bills on top of bills, because you have a dream that you're chasing. You have a thing that you're trying to make happen, that you're trying to manifest. You put energy, emotionally, energy, financially, money, spiritually. You're putting everything into this thing to make it happen. Every once in a while we come to a crossroads. You don't know what to do next. That's just with life. I'm never gonna not have misunderstandings with people. I'm gonna always have misunderstandings with people as long as people misinterpret what I'm saying. People are never gonna not misinterpret what I'm saying, because unlike the majority of other people, if you say a thing, people take what you say at face value. When I say a thing, people try to figure out what I really mean. I appreciate all the support anybody has ever given me. Thank you everybody that come through, watch the videos. But I really am under the impression that any day might be my last day. Even if it's just on the internet. I am literally under the impression. So I get it that people don't get the energy that I'm getting off, or sometimes people think that I'm whatever. But these are my actual impressions. I'm literally living day to day, and I don't know what's going to happen. Apparently YouTube thinks that my channel is the beginning channel again, so that's why notifications and everything isn't going out. YouTube thinks that my channel just got started, and the reason why I know that is because they just recently sent me a email. Apparently they think that my channel is a brand new channel that just got started, so I don't know how to take that. Maybe they sent this out to everybody. What the fuck do I know? I'm trying to find the damn thing. Hold on. Did I go past it? I might have went past it. There's no telling. But yeah, apparently YouTube thinks that for whatever the reason is, that I have a brand new channel, and this channel is brand new, and that's why notifications don't go out. And that's one of the reasons why the views are actually as low as they are. They're not sending them to any new people. I'm looking for the. I know I didn't erase it. But maybe, I don't know. They send me an email. I want to show y'all the email. I don't know where it's at. YouTube thinks that because the algorithm thinks that, not because there's actually a physical person looking at the screen saying, looking at the subs and watch hours and nothing like that. It's just that for whatever the reason is, YouTube thinks that. Team YouTube on Twitter. I'm gonna shoot them a line about something. Okay, I'll shoot them a line. We'll see what happens. Don't forget. Don't remind me. I'll forget. But yeah, they sent me an email. I don't remember when it was. It could have been a couple of days ago. Okay. If I just had somebody to run some of this stuff, this is what the fuck. I think that that's another reason why I just wish, I don't know, if I just had somebody to, I got a ton of opportunity. I just don't have time to do those things because of the things that I got to do on a daily, everyday basis in order to be, I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to that shit though. Yeah, so basically YouTube thinks my channel is a brand new channel. I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, to be honest with you. It got to be a bad thing. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe there was something already going on in them now thinking I'm a brand new channel. I could do something and turn it into a good thing if it wasn't previously already a good thing. If that makes sense. Anyway, gotta get on there. I gotta make more videos on YouTube anyway. I haven't been doing many videos on YouTube. I've been stagnant. I just been stagnant. I ain't gonna lie to you. I be feeling like I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and there's gonna be a new person that got some random issue with me that I can't fix because I didn't start it in the first place. I'm gonna let y'all go. I don't really got nothing to say. I'm just gonna let y'all go. Everybody enjoy y'all night. Just try to just do well. Like, sometimes people do shit and I don't know how to explain it. What up, Black Cuddy? Salute to the Black Spades. The G Toro says, I hope the universe works in your favor. I hope the universe works in my favor too, and I need them to work in my favor in less than 12 hours. I need the universe to work in my favor, and I say less than 12 hours and less than 13 hours. I need the universe to work in my favor. I don't know what to say. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't know what to think. But in less than 13 hours, I need the universe to work in my favor in a big way. Let's see if it happens. Let's see if it happens. It's hard to think positively when like nothing positive happens. Like it's hard to think positively when every single thing that happens to you is you just staving off death. Like people be like, think positively, and you're like, but like it's not that I'm not trying to think positively, but it's like anything that happens, like it's like I'm just staving. Like it's like I don't know how to explain it. I just don't know how to explain it. It's like I don't. I live on. I just live in a certain situation that I don't think many of y'all be able to accept it or take it. I think the pressure would be too much for a lot of people. That's all. To live under this kind of constant, every single day, every single second pressure, like I just don't think other people would respond to it the same way that I do. I think many of y'all would have killed yourselves already. Nah, you don't gotta, don't do no praying, don't do no nothing, don't do no nothing. I'm not asking for nothing. I just think many people would have killed themselves already if they had to live like go through what I go through. I think many people would have killed themselves already. I think I'm showing more strength than the average human being would have been able to show living my life. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm gonna let y'all go though. Just go do good into the world, man. On some real shit, just go do good into the world, man. Most of the time I just try to avoid people because like 90 something percent of the people I know are just bad people. So I'm usually just trying to avoid people because I don't know many good people. But I mean, I know good people out there. Like I'm a good person in my opinion. So I know good people out there, but for the most part I just try to avoid people. I just don't think me personally, I don't think God looks at me as a person that will meet good people. I just think God don't intend that for me. I think God just intends bad stuff for me, to be honest with you. I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody just enjoy your day. Just try to enjoy your night. Just try to be good people, man. Just that don't mean being a pushover. That don't mean just giving people money whenever some homeless person asks you for money. I don't know what being a good person means to you. I have not the slightest idea. I know what a good person means to me. Nah, don't worry about it. I know what a good person means to me. I don't know what a good person means to you. I don't know. But whatever a good person means to you, try to be that. Like, just try to be a good person. Try to do more, do less damage than good. You know, try to do more good than bad to the world. Like, it's not easy. Sometimes you're gonna be thinking you're helping people. Sometimes you're gonna be thinking that you're doing good and you're not. You're really doing bad. You know. Sometimes you're gonna think that you're doing something that is what the God's work. It's not gonna be God's work. It's just the devil's work. That happens. It happens to the best of us. Like, comment, subscribe. If you got anybody still awake in your household, please give them a hug. Tell them you love them. You don't never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Give people their flowers while they still here. Also, when we wake up in the morning, one of the first things we want to do is drink water. One of the first things we want to do is drink water. When we wake up in the morning, one of the first things you want to do is drink water. You live in a shack in the woods, no water, no bathroom, just electricity. Hey, what up, Brooklyn Banger? Everybody say what's up to my brother here. You live in a shack in the woods, no water, no bathroom, just electricity. Somebody said go get a job. I literally have a job. The problem is that I got people flagging every single thing that I do and attacking my job. That's the issue. It's not that I don't have a job. I actually have a job that I spend more time at than the average individual spend that day at 9 to 5. Not for nothing. So while you're busy spending 8 hours at your job, I don't know what you think I'm doing, but 9 times out of 10, I'm spending probably about 15, 16 hours every day doing this, or doing some iteration or some type of close-knit thing to what this is. Like 15, 16 hours a day. So I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you and your friends can go find somebody else to harass. Maybe that. Or maybe I just harass me until I'm dead. Maybe that. I have no idea the evil that be on other people's minds. We is about to go out anyway, right? Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bones. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one.